Hello everyone and welcome to Software Inc. and welcome to the first episode of new series on the channel. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm doing great. And we're here with a new series. If you don't know, Software Inc. is a game where you build your own softwares and games and try to dominate the market. I have already created our profile, so just to give you a bit of a rundown, we're basically using this logo here, and then our company is called Phantom Inc. We will be doing a very hard challenge. I was trying to do impossible, but then we don't have access to publishers, which is something that's very useful early on, because building your own marketing team and doing marketing and everything is kind of a bit tedious and hard to do. So we're gonna go with a very hard challenge. Another thing is that our character is optimistic and goofy, and we have a big brain trait, which basically gives us a little bit more points, skill points on our primary role, and then capacitor, and then we are also silent but deadly and a neat prig. And then when it comes to the actual points, I have also increased the creativity to inspiring, and we'll focus on operating system. With inspiring, we also need to provide private office as well as royalties to our character. So he will take 5% of everything that we earn that goes directly into his pockets and not to our company, which I'm okay with. And then when it comes to skill set, we are not leader at all. I will try my best to hire a better leader for our team. And then we are mainly designer and then a little bit of programming artist and service skill. So in the development, the points are distributed in system 2D and audio as a designer. Because of the big brand trait here, we are actually able to get some extra points. And then for programming, we are mainly focusing in system in 2D, and a little bit of art skill also goes into 2D. When it comes to leadership, since we are not leader at all, it doesn't really matter, but you get started with 4 points. I have spent that in socialization and multitasking. However, I'm pretty sure that unless you make this character a leader, these points are useless. For service, we do have a little bit of experience, and I have put that into support. This is just in case if we release our software and it requires a little bit of support work, we should be able to find some bugs, and since we are already programmer, we can fix that as well. So that is pretty much everything. Let's jump into picking a map, and I believe we can actually go with the garage or apartment. Apartments are a little bit expensive, around $1,000 expensive, and garage, but this also gives us a lot of options for getting some more offices if needed, which I am considering. However, I think we're gonna move to our own office soon for our project, so I think I'm gonna go with garaging. So we're gonna start in the garage, and immediately I'm gonna pause the game. And there are a few things that I love to do before I do anything. First, I will go to my team, which is currently only core team and only we are available in it. So I'm gonna increase the working hours by 2 hours. That way we can work more, and since we're alone, we can actually do that. Then I'm also going to change maximum task to 1. That way we can start one task and complete that before moving on to another one. And then I'm also going to change the vacation range to 12 months. So if I hire anyone else in this team, they can take vacation any time of the year and not leave in 1 month. So this way, for example, I have 5 people. I don't want all of them to leave in July. So we're going to give them a range in the whole year. I think that's pretty much it. However, I'm going to change the name of this team. This is going to be mainly our design team, but initially we will have everybody in it. But so I'm gonna make it a design team, for DJ and short for design, and then I'm gonna put 1 in front of it, just in case if we have more than one design team. I'm also gonna put A in front of it for the time of the day this team will be working. Ideally, I prefer to work throughout the month, so that way we can work more per hour, per month actually, on projects that especially have deadlines. And I mean, this is the first team that will start in the morning, then we will have another team starting in the afternoon, and then one team for the night. So I'm gonna do that. And then for this design team, let's pick a little bit of that color. There we go. So that will be our color. So So I think that's pretty much everything in the team management. We also need to build ourselves an office here. This is where we start. Since we do need a private office, we won't be able to put someone else here. Otherwise, we're going to lose some effectiveness. We could actually lease that one. But for now, I think this should be more than enough since we're alone. Or probably, actually, I'm going to lease this one and set this one up. You can't afford it. Oh, actually, with very hard, we start with zero money. So what we're going to do is take out a little bit of loan here. I think 10,000 should be more than enough. We don't need more than that. What we do need, however, is a table, a chair, and a computer to get started. So I'm gonna get this table here. If you haven't unlocked some of these furniture, they're very easy to unlock, and once you play this game a little bit, you will be able to unlock it. So we're gonna go with this table, and I think I'm gonna put that over there. We're gonna go with a computer, and let's go with this chair because this one is not very good. This one is a little bit better, and this one is very expensive, so we're gonna go with the middle option. This is basically everything that we need, but we can actually improve this room here to give us a little bit more bonuses. Especially you can improve the environment by 200%. You can also get some other benefits like mood, effectiveness, and skills. So to improve skills, we need a bookshelf because that's what gonna give us a room boost skill. So let's put that there. And depending on your room size, you may need more than one, but this room is really small, so only one can give us 25% of skill, which is the max you can get. And then for the other ones, for effectiveness, we have a clock that's really good for effectiveness. We're gonna put that there, and that's gonna give us effectiveness plus 15. I think this is the max you can get at the start of the game. Once you unlock some other furnitures and other stuff, after a few years you will be able to improve that by 25%. So that is good. Next, we can also improve the environment as well as mood boost, and plants are very good for that. So as you can see, this one gives us a little bit of environment and mood boost, which we can put on the table as well to make it look good. Let's make it a little bit clear. There we go. As you can see, mood is +5 and now our environment is 160%. We can definitely put a plant somewhere around there to improve that even further. There we go, 25 and 200%. So that is the all the boost we got. I can also go ahead and put a lamp there just for the sake of a good table. And then we also have a few extra things that will help us. These things here. So these actually help us with skill sets. And this is good for like service people. This is good for artists. This is good for programmers. And this overall is good for like leader, designer, and service, which in general I'm going to use as that one. If you have too much noise issues, you can always use headphones as well to help reduce that. But I think these are maximum everything that we can use, and that help us get like a perfect room setup there. I'm also gonna get just a light source here as well for the night time, even though no one is gonna work here at night time. So let's put that there, and that is our office basically. And this one we can leave for other people if you want to hire some people, which I think I will hire other people to get started, I think. But for now, I think that should be more than enough. We can start working. However, there is also other things that I love to do at the start of Software Inc. And that's investing into other companies, because you can make a profit off of their product by just investing into their companies. And I think that's a very good source. So we're going to click on all companies and then right click on any of these columns here so that we can actually filter them. And we only want name, worth, founded, products, charts, and details. This actually helps us see all of the necessary information to decide whether we want to invest into the company or not. And as you can see, most of these companies, like the top company, is worth 615 million, which if you try to buy any stock of them, like even only one share is gonna cost you like probably quite a lot. Even though I cannot, let's say, I think they're, how much can we get for 10,000? We can only get 3 shares for 11,000. So you can see they're very expensive. So maybe they will be able to sell more products. You can look at their product sales and everything, but generally they are not a good thing to invest into because they're already established. What are goods are the companies that will recently launch. So any company that recently launched, like ours is in 1980, the most recent another one is this one in 1974, which is still old enough. They already have 3 products here, and as you can see, they're doing almost not marketing for their recent product. They're making decent profit out of it, and they have also very good sales here as well. So this could be a good company to invest into. Their 2D editors and audio tool. So we can actually look into their details here, right? And it's gonna tell us how much um, shares are available. So they have listed 22.2% of their company, which you can get for 4 million. Definitely we don't have that much money, but you can start like small just to get like a few thousand, let's say 7 shares for 23,000, and see if they improve. You keep investing into that. However, we have a loan money, and you cannot buy loan with you cannot buy shares with loan money, so we can not worry about that, but it's a good company to keep an eye on. They're also not worth that much, which means they're still improving a little bit. Yeah, 55%. So could be worth investing into, but we cannot do that, so I'm gonna close that unless we have some money to invest into. And I think that's pretty much everything other than accepting contract work. So at the start of Software Inc., you have 2 ways. You can either build your own software. However, you also have monthly cost to keep in mind. So each month you are gonna pay the office bills, which are about $3,000 per month. So you still need to make money somehow. As you can see, we can work for 2 months, though that's not usually enough to create your own software. So you can actually do contract work. When it comes to contract work, I like to sort them by income. So the more money comes first. So contract with more money are on top. And then all of these contracts are a good way to start because they have very few requirements, and their expected quality is either bad, horrible, or mediocre depending on your difficulty level. I prefer to do bad and horrible first, even though the mediocre ones are also acceptable early on. However, keep an eye on how much specialization it requires. So for example, these tasks all require only one specialization. So this one require a programmer of system of any level. And then this one is 2D artist of any level. So keep this in mind. Only accept tasks that are only one specialization. They have if they have 1 month, because other than that you cannot really complete them in 1 month, and if you submit them late, you can actually see late penalty. They're gonna cut about 3,000 of the income, which is not really gonna be worth it. Another thing is also to not release the product unless you are sure that it's going to be outstanding quality, even though the expected quality is horrible. The reason for that is that with each outstanding quality that you deliver, you actually improve your business reputation, and the more business reputation you have, the better deals you are going to get. So there are going to be deals that are worth 200, 300, and even 600,000 per project, and they are also available for like 7 months. So instead of just you need to complete them in 1 month, you can actually complete that in 7 months, which are really profitable early on. So try to complete each contract with outstanding quality, and the way to do that, I'm going to show you. We can complete more than one contract per month if they have only one requirement. So we're gonna accept this deal here, right? And then we're gonna run the game so that our person can actually come and start working on it. And as you can see, he's gonna work on it like this, and you will see the progress here with green bar, as well as with each specialization you will see that specific progress as well here. And the more you work on it, this is gonna improve. And this is the thing, if you only have one specialization, this progress is gonna be very easy. and that is basically a design phase. So basically you are currently designing, and as you can see, if you speed up the game a little bit, after a while the first iteration completes and you start working on second iteration. You can do 4 iteration of design phase, but for bad and horrible quality I tend to do 1.5 iteration. So one iteration is completed, this is the second iteration, almost half, then I click on develop, and that's gonna go to a programming phase. So the same will happen for design, because this only required a system programmer. We can actually only work on one specialization here, and you will see a blue bar here. This means that this is your minimum target. This progress should meet this minimum progress at least to get paid. Otherwise it's going to be marked as incomplete project. You also see that 1 month left. That means you can work on it this month as well as come back tomorrow, but then you will have to complete it in the next month. As you can see, this progress is already 34 to 35%, and it's well above the minimum requirement. I tend to complete it just a little bit more than the minimum requirement, like that, and then promote it to another phase. This is a bug fixing phase, which will happen for projects that require programming or something like that. So if you have accepted an R deal like this one, you don't have to deal with this phase, because R doesn't really have bugs in them, but program does. I tend to do 1 or 2 bugs only for horrible and bad quality. Depending on the quality expectation, I would do more than 1 bug. So if it's a good quality, I tend to do 4 to 5 bugs initially. If it's one of the bigger project that pays in thousands in that, then I tend to do 100 to 200 bugs at least. You then can finish it. Now if I finish it right now, hopefully this is gonna be an outstanding quality. There we go. And the reason for that is because the minimum expectations were a good quality, and we worked on it more than that. I think it was a bad quality, so we worked on more than that, so we got an outstanding quality. You can actually click on contract work and go to your completed section, and you will see that this one is fulfilled, and we earned about 12,000 from that deal, and 1 month early as well. So we could have delivered that tomorrow, and it's an outstanding quality. They were not able to find any bugs, but usually in the bigger project you will see like a few bugs, and then they're gonna cost you per bug. So for example, if they were able to find only 1 bug, they would have cost us 70, and instead of being paid 12,048, we would get paid 11,000 and like 70, 60, about like that. Usually it's not worth to fix every single bug, especially if you have more employees, because at that time you can also work on another project which is gonna pay you 12,000 instead of just fixing every single bug. So that is how you do it, and then you can see that our business reputation has actually increased just a little bit, and the more outstanding work that you deliver. So for example, let's accept. So again, I'm gonna stay away from mediocre just for now, unless I have to accept it. So there is also a bad deal available, so I'm gonna accept that. Well, expected quality is bad, the deal is actually good. And then again, I'm gonna work on it for more than 1 iteration, and half of the second iteration I'm gonna say develop, and then I'm gonna complete the code phase a little bit more than the minimum requirement, promote it, and then I'm gonna fix 1 or 2 bugs and finish it. And you can see this one is also outstanding quality, and if you look at the details here, you will see that this is the one that we recently completed. You can see that I didn't found any bugs, it was outstanding quality, and we got net profit of 11,650. So you can see the business reputation has actually improved even further, which is really good. And you can see it's still 3 p.m, which means we can work on 1 more project. I'm gonna accept this one and show you that if you work on it for the design phase a little bit more, let's say you work on it for more than 2 iterations even, our person is gonna get tired, so the progress is not gonna be that faster. You can actually improve this business reputation by quite a lot, which is gonna help you get even better deals. So we're gonna work on it for, let's say, 3 iterations, just to show you how much the stars are gonna improve. So that's a second iteration, and then this one is gonna be a 3rd iteration, but they're usually not worth it, because in the meantime you can complete 2 projects and get paid twice as much, and still get some good quality here. So we're gonna work on it a little bit longer here as well. And as I said, artwork don't really have bugs. You will see that your person just rest now. And if we finish it, this one is outstanding quality, and you can see we also gain some more reputation. But this is not usually worth it to work on it more than how like you need, because it's not really worth. You can make more money. So we are gonna keep working on it for like 1.5 of design phase, and then also completing it a little bit more than the minimum requirements here, just like that. And then we're gonna promote it. There are no bugs to fix, so I can release it now. If there were some bugs, I would wait for the next day to come and fix some bugs and that. And you can see we are almost 2-star. What I'm gonna do before I continue is that everything processes at 12 a.m. almost at 12 a.m. and that is when you will also get cuts of the bill. You will also gain some more contracts, so you would see more contract appearing here at 12 a.m. What I'm gonna do is go to my loans here, and we have because we took the loan for 1 month only, we paid it in the last month. And if you go and click here, you will be actually able to see that in your sheet. So in January 1980, we had a construction cost of 2,730 for furniture. We paid 4,000 in bills, and then we also paid loan 752, and then we earned 25,000 in contracts as well. All right, so that's pretty much how the early game works. And then you can click on this one and skip to the next day. So if I click before I do that, I'm gonna invest into a little bit into these stocks here. So we have like 33,000, and we know that we need to pay like about 4,000 in bills. So what I'm gonna do is leave about that to myself, and let's say I want to invest how much can we get for that? 39. No, I'm gonna click on this one here to enter precise, and I would say that I need about 28,000 investment. So we can buy 8 shares for 28,000. I'm going to buy it. It's gonna get cut from us, and you will actually see if it's improve or decline over time. What I will do is click on this stock here, and then bring this one to the side here, so that I can actually keep an eye on the figures here. And once I skip here, you will actually see whether your stock improved or declined. So as you can see, we actually improved by 4.8%. If it declined, you will see a negative number here. That means that the stock that we bought for 28,000 is now worth 30,000. And you can click on either here or here to bring up that menu, and you can actually see your own stocks here. So your company name is gonna appear here, and you can actually see that it improved by 4.8% and is now worth 30,000. You can either sell it or keep it or buy more and more depending on how much you make. If you are going into negatives, then it is probably best idea to sell it, wait for a little bit and then sell it. We can actually even work on more contracts and then still be able to afford some more. Ignore this one unless you are in serious danger. The reason that it says you are heading for bankruptcy is because our prices dropped quite a lot, but we know that's because we bought some stocks. With stocks that you buy, you're also gonna get paid in dividends. If the product is actually selling, that company is selling some products and making profit, you're gonna get paid dividends depending on how much you invest into that company. For our 0.1%, we actually got paid 297 in dividends. And if we go to our previous month, February, we can actually see it here as well. When you invest a little bit into the company, usually the dividends are enough to earn you at least 8,000, which is enough for you to hire another person in a high quality. So what I'm gonna do is keep working on a few more contracts. So we're gonna select the ones that have either bad or horrible quality so that I can complete them. We know that we can work on more than one per month, so I'm gonna accept 2 deals here and continue working like that. And the more stars that you complete here, the better deals you are gonna get. I have noticed that once you reach like 4-star here, then that's the time when you actually see even better deal. So again, I'm gonna fix 2 bugs. release it. It's an outstanding quality, and if we complete this task here, I am pretty sure that we will be able to complete the 2 stars there. Let's work on that and fix 2 bugs. There we go. We are now worth 2 star. So as soon as you hit 12 a.m., you're gonna see some better deals here. And it seems like this is the only bad deal available. However, I would prefer to get this one because that just double the money and we only need to work on it a little bit more. For mediocre quality, I tend to complete 2 design iterations. Again, we cannot complete that this month, which means we can come back next month to complete it. We have 1 month left here. Now again, this is a night time, so what I will do is click on details here and buy some more shares that is worth 20,000, because we can see that we're improving here, so it's a good idea to keep investing into this company. So I want to get about 20,000 investment here. So let's see what we get. We can get 5 shares for 18,000. I'm gonna buy it. We could probably go into negative this month because we don't have enough money for our bills, which is about 3,000. We only have 1,800. But let's see if we get. Alright, so I had to pause the game to show you guys a little bit of the progress and everything. So we have been investing into this company and it's improving by 60.7%, which means our total worth and it is now is 181,000, which is really good. I have been working on a lot of contract work here, and as you can see, we have fulfilled everything. I think every single task that I completed was outstanding. It seems like 2 of them were satisfactory, which I'm okay with. It's not really a big deal as long as it's not a glitchy quality or something that brings down your stars. It's not a big deal. We have also completed 4 star, and even with 3 stars we were able to get deals like these here, which is a game asset for 4 months and 145,000. The reason I have been not accepting this is because it requires level 2 audio artwork, which we cannot complete. When you want to accept such deal, it's gonna warn you that no one is available on the team to work on such. But anyway, these ones require quite a lot of work. Even though they pay quite good money, they require 2 months. You cannot complete them alone, especially in outstanding quality. So I have been doing work on these small projects here. Now, what I have brought you is a few things that I want to discuss with you. So the first one being that if you look at our office, it's kind of dirty, doesn't look good. And then if you click on your computer, you will actually see its stat. So the stat is basically how much it has deteriorated over time. And as you can see currently, the stat is 54%. The more your computer is in a bad state, the less effective it is. So it's gonna get slower and slower. What you need to do is make sure that you service it by calling an IT professional or hiring an IT profession, and we're gonna soon discuss that. However, I don't want to accept any other deal, even though there are a few more available here, and especially these are the deals that I wanted you to not accept. Is that they pay 16,000, they're 1 month, and you would say that, well, it's double of this money, so we can actually accept that. If you need money, you can actually accept this and complete it in a bad quality. But since we are targeting outstanding quality, we cannot do that because it's going to require a programming system in 2D and then also art of 2D, and you cannot complete that in 1 month and get an outstanding quality unless you have a team, other people who can help you with. So I'm not gonna accept any of these. What we can do is, instead of waiting the whole time, I can right click on my employee and click this so to send them home early. So they're gonna go away, and then what I will do is click this here, manage staff, and we have a few options here. So the first one being permanent. This means that if you hire them, a cleaner will come on a daily basis. Well, in this game it's going to be monthly basis, and they're going to cost you 1000 per month. They're going to come monthly, they're going to clean everything, and then they're going to leave. For maintenance, it's going to be 1500 per month, and they're going to fix things like lamps and other electronics. IT ones, they're going to come, they're going to cost you 2500 per month, and then they're gonna fix your computer, server, printers, etc. Kind of like that kind of things. You can also hire receptionists to get some deals. We're gonna look into that later, courier, etc. You also have an option to just call them once. As you can see, we are in November, we started in January. It took all of these months to get our computer to 53%. So hiring an IT person would not have been ideal, because they're gonna cost you 2500 per month, and your computer is not gonna go down that much in 1 month. So calling every now and again just temporarily to fix your computer is more efficient, and you can do so by call IT professional. They're gonna come at a specific time that you can also adjust, but as you can see, if I play the game a little bit, NA means that they're gonna come immediately, as you can see here, and then they're gonna sit there, do their thing, and the computer is gonna be back to 100%. There we go. So it's no longer slow, and then they're gonna leave. So that is just a temporary service. The same we can do for cleaning, and they're gonna cost you $50 per hour. So they're gonna come by a bus here soon. As soon as the next bus arrive, they're gonna come here. If you have parking available, then they're gonna come in their own car usually, and then they're gonna clean. Well, they have already came and gone. Probably came in a parking, yeah. So they probably came in their own car, since we're close to a parking lot there. So our office is clean now and everything, and it's 5:30 p.m. One more thing apart from that is we have a little bit of money that I don't want to invest into this right now. What I can do is pause this, speed of this whole time to hit 12 a.m. And the reason for that is, if we hire someone, I want to hire somebody, right? So if I hire them right now, I have not confirmed this information, but I think if you hire them in a month, like right now, it's not 12 a.m. I think they're still gonna cost you for that month, even though they're not going to come. Employees are only going to come to the office if you have hired them before their arrival time. So if you hire them after that, they're not going to come to the office. So I'm worried they're gonna cost me money regardless. So what I'm gonna do is bring this time to 12 a.m. There we go. So everything has been processed for the previous month, and I'm happy with everything. What I can do now is go into this menu and hire someone. So that means that next time when I skip this, it's gonna go till 7 a.m. The time is gonna pass to 7 a.m. and then they will be able to come to the office and help us do some software. I'm also going to see here some new contracts as well, because we passed the time and we are above 4-star business, and then you can see 7 months 333,000 is a very good deal, and it means we can even complete it because it does not require a level 2 audio or someone like that. If you're interested in a deal, let's just say you're interested in this deal and you see that it requires level 2 audio artist, you can actually hire them so that they can join you tomorrow in the office and work on that. However, I have a special requirement. I want to hire someone who can help me in general, not just as an artist, but also in general. And I think I'm gonna just simply use a simple disk a chair and a computer, and then they will be able to use that. However, I still want to get the bonuses of the better room and everything, so we're gonna make, let's say, put a bookshelf there, and even one bookshelf is enough to give us 25% in skill. Then we are gonna use a clock there. That's gonna give us effectiveness plus 15, and then we can improve the mood and environment by putting a plant there, and that's gonna give us 25% in mood. Our environment can still be increased, so you can find something else that will help you, like for example, even carpets are good in environment, even better, or like these paintings that you can put on walls. So let's say if I put one there, let's randomize it, and one there. Let's move it a little bit up. That's gonna irritate me. And we also get a cute cat. There we go. And as you can see, our environment is now 200%. And just for simple lights, we're gonna get, let's say, one there. You can hold shift to place multiple items, and you can hold alt to move them freely, so they do not like align with the grid. So I'm gonna hold alt, and then I'm also gonna place it, and if I hold shift, I will be able to place multiple of these, but I don't want, I just want one there. So 2 lamps should be more than enough there. The thing is, with if you hire other employees, they are gonna complain about food as well. And the most easy solution for your first 3-4 employees is to, if you don't want to hire a cook, because that's going to cost you money, right? You also need to provide them with all of the what is it called, if we come here to kitchen, you're gonna need a stove and also a fridge and everything. So you don't want to do that. What you can do is put 2 tables. So I'm gonna place, let's say, this one there, and then let's get the half one here, like that. And then you can buy a small mini fridge, so we can place that there. And then we can also get an espresso machine there, a coffee machine, and they will be able to bring their own food into the office, and they're not going to complain about food not available or something like that. So that's a very good way. I have intentionally put the fridge on this side and the coffee machine on that side, is because fridge don't make any noise, so it's not going to irritate your employees. So that's why I have put them on this side, so it's a little bit closer to employees. However, the espresso machine is going to make noise, and that's going to discomfort your employees for the time if someone is using it. So I have done it that way. Hopefully this guy's not going to complain too much about it, and I think they will be able to come and bring their own food, and they can use this desk here outside to eat. Even if I put a chair and a table here, they still prefer to go outside, so I don't really bother. If you don't have any place outside, you can actually put another table and then a few chairs around it to provide a place for food eating or something. All right, so now let's get back to hiring people. So that is why I was not investing that money into any of the company. To hire someone, we're gonna click on hire employees, and it's gonna give us this menu. Now you can actually look into all of your employees individually and see their skill set and decide on who you need. Or you can look at your whole team and see, because we're alone in this team, so it's gonna be the same skill set here, and you can look at your overall team and decide on what do you want to hire or who do you want to hire. As you can see, design phase for contract work is more important. So we're gonna hire someone who can do design and programming. These are 2 very important, and we'll try to, if they don't have any art experience, we're gonna try to get contract that only require 2D art, and we can work on it. So I'm gonna go for someone who can help me do design and programming. Now we're already mainly designer, right? Our main skill set is designer. So for this guy, I'm gonna make him mainly programmer, and I'm gonna make him a designer as a secondary skill set. And then depending on the salary level that you want, you will get, according to your salary requirement, you're gonna get employees. If you do low, you're gonna get less skilled employees, and they're gonna require a lot more training and education to bring them to a decent level. I prefer to hire only high salary one Remember that the low and medium one will also come in a decent age, for example at 37, 25, something like that. The higher employees, because they have more skill set, are usually older, like 45, 50 or something like that. And yes, it's a thing in the game that they can retire, they can die, they can get sick and all of that. So I'm not gonna worry about that too much right now, and I'm gonna turn on all of these filters. I want them to be comfortable with my design team, which again, we're alone in that team, so that we can work together more effectively. And then my priority is system and 2D only. I don't want to get anything else. If we get that, it's better, but I don't really require that. I also want to remove some threat. I don't want people with specific threats. One of those threats is this one here, forgetful. It means that they're occasionally gonna forget their specific specialization, which is not really good. And then I also don't want cup holders. So the reason we don't want cup holder, because they're gonna break their computer, and as you can see, they're like 1500 per computer, so I don't wanna give them computer each time. So I'm gonna right click to remove a thread, and you can left click to make sure that that thread is available in the employee. So if you want, let's say, someone with big brand, you can left click. If you want someone in night, or so for like your night team, you can left click. Since we don't want these sheet, we're gonna threads, we're gonna right click on it to remove them and filter all of the employees who do not have these two threads. And we're gonna say begin looking. It is going to cost you money, and then they're gonna give you employees. So we only get two options. One is 49-year-old, one is 52-year-old. Their skill set, their compatibility, and their threats. Since both of them are normal and compatibility, we are gonna filter them by skill set. And then they also have a few threats. So this one is modest, which means below average salary requirement. He can also fix his computer while using it. That's also a very good threat. And he's gonna get stressed easily, and he's gonna eat very slow. And then this one here is a big brand, which means he can be trained even more in his programming skills. So he have like 11 points, while if you look at this one, he only have 2 points left. And that's because he have a big brand here. So you can still train them 2 in design. It could be anything. And you can still train him 11 in programming. We don't care about hardware, because we're not going to deal with that at the start. And you also unlock 3D and networking as well in the future. So it's really good to save these points if you need someone in that area. He is big brand, he's a slow eater, and he is also unfilled. I mean, he's not emotionally affected by anything, and that's usually a good trait. So if we look at these employees, we can see all of their skill. But one more thing to keep an eye on when you're hiring someone is their skill set. So you're gonna see that this person is also a little bit good in lead skill. Again, we're gonna hire someone who is dedicated leader with a little bit better skills than this. But it's good to know that they have a little bit of lead skill. If you need someone to do level 1 HR, he could be a good person. You are also see there are designer skill set here, and you can see they can do mostly system 2D and audio 2-star, and then he can also do a little bit of hardware. This blue line here depends or like shows how their base skill is in that. The bigger this one is, the more strong they are in specific skill set. So let's say they are decent designer, even though they have 2 stars here, they're decent designer. And then if they have a better bar here for programming, that means they are very good at programming. And even though if they're like 1 star and they have this much skill, that means they're very skilled in that very specific skill set. So focus on this one as well as the stars and decide on who do you need. So comparing these two, as you can see, this one is a level 2 designer, since we don't care about hardware, and there are 3-star programming and system in 2D, which again is our priority. This one is mostly similar, but instead of lead skill, they have service skill, which is also very good. And support, that means that if you release a software, they will be able to file a bug report, means they will be able to find bugs. And then if they are programmer, they can also fix it. If not, you will have other person as a programmer on the team, they can fix it for you. So a support person is really good on the team. And you can see that they have hardware level 2 experience in design and 1 in this. So overall, if we look at this, we don't care about hardware, and programming is good. This person overall is better because we get a little bit audio experience as well as some support work. So I'm gonna hire Shirley. Welcome to the team. We're gonna hire you and you can start working there. Now because they're programmer, what I'm gonna do is also put a calculator on their desk so that it helps a little bit with the programming. They can currently choose any chair they want because our person is also able to choose any chair they want, but we're gonna make sure to right click on a chair and assign it to our cell phantom, because if you remember we have a private office requirement, so that way if I hire even more people they can come and choose any computer in this room, but this one is still gonna be ours. So that is basically how you hire someone. You can also change the color of this chair to blue if you need to, or if you want. You can also chair the desk. You can also change the desk color here to, let's say, white. You want. You can also go for black, brown, depending on whatever you want. We're gonna go with white desk and blue chair for now. And that is basically how you hire someone for your team effectively. And as you can see, we can now skip to, let's just say, the morning 7 a.m. and if I start the game now, they both will be able to join in the office. As you can see, they both came here. This one is taking some coffee, this one has brought their own food and they're gonna eat that. Now because we have two people here, we could also start taking this project here and work on it and complete it in 7 months, release it on all of this money. However, I would like to work on our own software, but that's going to be in the next episode. The reason for that is that we have a little bit of investment into this company and they are helping us a little bit with dividends, but we can still work on some contract work as well as work on our own software. That way we are keeping, so the money is going to keep coming so that we can pay for this employee as well as the office. We remember that the bills are now going to be increased because of the coffee and everything else. Again, we just built this after 12 a.m. but you're going to have like 2,000 to 3,000 coffee fee and then also some other bills as well. So keep that into account as well. Our fees are going to be 5,000 bills, etc. and then how much you are going to pay them for salary. So that means we need to make at least 13,000 per month to keep up. We have almost 1 month of salary, so I'm not really worried for today, but it's also December, so let's work on, let's say we can now pick 2 projects. I'm pretty confident that we will be able to complete both of them now that we have 2 people at the same time. Remember to go to your teams and make sure to max task to unlimited so that they can both work on it simultaneously. Otherwise the person is only gonna take one task if you do that. And as you can see, both of these tasks are going, and now when he joins it's a little bit even more faster, and I think we can just develop that, and you will see that this step is now even faster because this guy is programmer. So we can, let's say, promote that, fix a few bugs in this one. That one doesn't need any bug fixing. And once the bugs are finished, these simple projects actually only have 2-3 bugs. You will see that they both go into rest mode. So we're gonna, okay, they are both outstanding quality, which is very nice, which means we are almost 5-star there. So let's accept another deal here. We can actually complete this one real quick as well. So let's work on this one. Oh no, we were not able to complete that. But anyway, to show you guys a little bit more of that, we're gonna need a little bit of money in our account to pay the salaries as well as the bills. I want to show you guys that as well. So if I skip right now, it's gonna go to 7 a.m. in the morning. We can also see that our stocks are doing okay. And if we go into our bills here or our budget here, remember we had like 28,000 or something like that. We lost 8,000 at the previous month, and the reason for that is we got 8,000 for salaries, and then we also spent 7,000 on hiring. So, and our maintenance cost was 9,000, so 5,000 for the bills. And as you can see now, you have a coffee bill of 2,500. Electricity bills has also increased a little bit. So overall, we lost 8,000. So that can tell you like how much you need to make to keep up your teamwork. and you can always invest into other companies as well to keep the dividends coming in. As you can see, we are no longer making that much money in dividends, and that's probably because the company is no longer selling any products effectively or something. But yeah, that was our first episode. We are worth even 187,000. You can always sell your stock if you're in a bad situation and you need to keep up with your employees. But yeah, that was the first episode. I hope that it was detailed enough that you guys learned something new. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, leave a name suggestions for our employees. I would love to name them after you guys. And you can also leave name suggestions for our future product as well. And it's January, so we will be working on our own product in the next month. So you can leave a name suggestion. I think we'll mostly go with antivirus or an office tool, but yeah, we'll do that in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoy working on content, and I hope to push even more content. We are also going to do Minecraft and other stuff as well. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much, everybody. Keep watching. Bye.